Hey guys, Davemon here. I just want to make a quick announcement that my coaching website is live. It is coachdavemon.com. As you can see right here, it's very sleek. So if you enjoyed today's coaching session that I did with Balcog, he's a support Pyke player that's platinum. You can come to my website and you can hit the book now button, and you can go to the calendar here, choose a calendar date. The times convert to your time zone. You'll just hit confirm on a time, on the day, put in all your information, all the good stuff. If you're okay with it on stream and stuff like that, it's $50, and most sessions are usually about way over an hour. I usually go like hour and a half to hour 45. I believe this video was about an hour 40. But yeah, if you guys are interested in coaching, just go to my website, coachdavemon.com, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you. Okay, so for the matchup, who do you think wins 2v2 between Kai'Sa Pyke and Nyla Taric?
I guess first level 1, 2, we win.
Yeah. You'll have to kind of like think about all of the levels. So in my mind, you can hard win level 1 as long as you dodge the Taric stun. You can hard win level 2. And I mean, even level 3. I think level 3 against Nyla is a bit tough. But you should definitely be playing for aggressive level 1 and level 2 trades in this lane. But like for most Pyke support games, to be honest with you, you're going to want to play aggro early game.
And when my ADC don't want to play the level 1, 2, 3, what should I do?
You can play safe. I mean, it just completely depends on like what ADC you have, right? The champion. So if I have a champion like Kai'Sa, and also her runes, right? Like you have to note that she has Halo Blades. So you guys have double Halo Blades level 1. I mean, it shouldn't even be like a choice. Like your ADC should just automatically fight with you here. With this combo, you guys are way too strong together. So something I've already noticed is that you don't run Sweeper. Something that you want to change is having Sweeper every single game starting level 1. Sweeper is a very important thing to have because of the way that you can play with Bush. It seems like you already know how to play Bush control pretty well here. Okay, this is a good start.
Don't flash, I guess.
Yeah, the problem there is you... Okay, so this is a big reason that you fight level 1 as Pyke. You have 51 armor, which is like the highest armor in the game. Like close to Taric has a bit more than you, but you're incredibly tanky. You don't have to be scared of this damage at all. You could have kept tanking, also bone plating on top of it. Bone plating is not that big, but you could have kept tanking so many autos here and then fighting with Nyla as well. Like your Kai'Sa heals you too. You have 300 HP and you're flashing out here is the problem. You play way too safe. It seems like you still win this though. This is just how hard you guys win level 1. See if you can save the Kai'Sa.
No, should I?
Does auto attacks work? Should be able to kill Taric here. Unless he's flash. He's probably gonna flash out. Okay. So yeah, you should be willing to die for your AD carry. You need to not value your life as much. As long as it's a winning fight. Value... The ADC is the one that needs to farm the most. The problem with like Kai'Sa dying instead of you is that she has to walk all the way back and miss all of this farm. This could have definitely been a kill angle. Let's rewatch this actually. So you hit level 2. Let's see if you play aggro. Hit level 2, then E forward, Q. Yeah. Okay, so you had right idea. You just ended up missing the hook. That's fine. You did go for the right play there. Just unfortunately you missed. So your best play here, I mean, you can, yeah, fight is actually not bad as long as you run away from Nyla. Okay. So you definitely want to crash this wave. Let's see what you do here. Go for Nyla's good too if you can get a good angle. Good, very good, very good. Okay, so this is, bro, you did it really well here. Like utilizing how tanky you are early game. You just have to do this level 1. If you did that same play level 1, this lane would have already been over.
Next, level 1, Taric ignite me, so I get
you get scared of the ignite. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's understandable. You just need to be, I mean, more aware of the heal as well. But even if Kai'Sa didn't have heal, like, you're no chance of dying whatsoever here. This is game over for their bot lane. The fact that they're focusing you, you actually want the enemy bot lane to focus you. In all, like, most of your matchups, if they're focusing you, it's winning. Just because of how tanky you are early game. Pyke has such high resistances. But it seems like you're good at playing around your limits. It's just this level 1 that you're not very good at, it would seem. But this is only one game, so it's hard to judge that. You played super well here.
Thank you.
Like holding your E till last second till 1 auto's left, it's super good. And then you can crash this wave. Like this is like lane winning for your ADC. Now 100% need to use your stacks, bro. I don't think I've seen you use a support item stack yet. Let's see. Kind of hard when your ADC's dead. Let's see before Kaisa died how many you used. Very important. You want to be using this like at all times, as much as possible.
Yes. Recently, I tried to play the other item support as Pyke.
The sickle?
And so
yeah.
Yes.
Sickle is good too.
I lose, you know, the how to say?
The minion execute, or what do you mean you're losing?
Yeah, the others. I play the others, so I lose the
like you forget like to use the item. Is what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I go this item every game. I go this every single game. I just like being able to push the minions. Pushing the wave is very useful, but the sickle is good too. The sickle is completely fine. I just think I think this item is more consistent. Because for the sickle, you have to land hook. The only way you're gonna get money is if you land hook. Okay. So all that happened. Let's see. The moment Kaisa gets back is when you should start sharing farm with her. Like this cannon, right? You should always be sharing cannon. Now you went for the fight instead of the cannon, which is alright. I mean, this is when you were baiting. Definitely could have got the cannon at some point here, but focusing on the fight was fine too. Okay, and this is the worst part. You need to kill these minions with your support item, then recall. You waste so much time here just doing like absolutely nothing. I guess you're looking for Taric, but yeah, we need to use our stacks on the minions. Okay, good, and then recall. Cool. Okay. When your first item, are you usually rushing boots, or what do you usually rush?
It depends. If I'm fit, I get a kill early. I rush sword.
Okay, that's good.
And
yeah.
If I don't get the kill, I just have assist. I rush boots so I can roam and help with the mid or my jungler.
Very good. That's a perfect response. So since you're winning 2v2, you buy AD. When you're winning 2v2 and they like have no summoners, that's when you buy longsword. And that was correct choice. You swapped to sweeper too. Super good. See your path. So this is good. Walking like towards mid lane out of base, this is completely fine. Now one thing you'll have to note is that you can't waste too much time. When you're winning bot lane like this, the only reason you should ever roam is for a kill. So it seems like you might have a kill mid lane here. I would probably look for this roam. This roam looks good. Let's see how you engage this. Okay. Lee Sin's a little bit late, but it's a good kill. Alright, cool. So what you should do is use your support item stack and then go back bot lane. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is a good macro for me so far, walking with jungle as well.
When I roam mid, if we get a kill, I always push the wave with my mid laner.
Good. That is good, good thing to do. So you're waiting for enemy bot lane to show up, I'm assuming? You're waiting for them to show so you can try to fight?
But I lose too much XP now.
Yes.
Okay.
You're also just... The problem is, like, you're sitting on 3 stacks this whole time, right? You're not... You're wasting so much of the item because it's not recharging. It's sitting at 3, so you're just... your pacing is so slow this game. So now you finally used one, so it's going through the recharge, but... Sitting on 3 stacks is the worst thing you could possibly do. You need to, at most, have 2. Just so it's recharging and you can get more golds over the course of the game. So this is good. Waiting for them to come back, then you look for engage.
Engage for Nyla.
Yeah, definitely don't hook Taric there. You should only look for the Nyla. So you pop Ignite on her is good. Auto attacks. Yeah, this was just... Okay, so...
That's my bad.
Yeah, I'd probably say that you probably got her killed here, but we'll go over exactly what happens here. So a big issue as well is that you're fighting without your minions. You have all these minions stacked up here, but you're running way past them and fighting. You're actually fighting inside their minions. So you have this giant minion wave advantage, but you're fighting outside of the range, so you're not actually using your advantage at all. So their minions are actually hitting you guys, and your minions are not hitting any of them. So you're actually in the losing position here. Now the hook on Taric is not too great either. You definitely want to focus the Nyla every time. Yeah, this is just bait. You definitely bait your ADC here.
I'll kill her.
At best, you should save your E. Okay, like using your stun on Taric like this accomplishes nothing. Like stunning him, he's not gonna get bursted. He's not even like close to getting killed. He's just gonna tank the stun and then run at you guys. So if you're gonna hook this Taric, you should at least save your E for disengage.
I think sometimes when I land a Q, I instant E.
Instant E, yeah. That is why your AD carry died, is because you used your stun. I think you could have saved her if you just held your stun. Because you got to think about like what the stun's actually doing. And this stun is accomplishing absolutely nothing. The only reason you should hook Taric is if he's like below half, right? If he's killable. But this isn't like the worst thing in the world. This is definitely a throw, but this is something you can learn from. So let's see how you play it after ADC dies. I'd say just stay in lane and farm a bit. Can maybe play for Lee Sin gank, but this is actually pretty tough. I say you make the same mistake again here, going on Taric. Maybe it works out? Okay, well Nyla goes in. Chase the Taric. Should be able to play for stun here. Just E on top of him. It's good. Cool. Okay, yeah. So it seems like you have a pretty bad habit of focusing the support. When it's a tank support, you can't focus them. Cannot focus enemy support if a tank. This doesn't go like for every single lane. But a champion like Taric is definitely one of the main champs you'll never want to focus. Unless like you're super fed and Taric will insta-die off one hook. A big issue here is you're not looking for Nyla at all. But it still turns out to be winning. Okay, so we'll move on from here. We might have to watch a second game just so I can see what you do against something like a Nautilus. Because to be fair, Taric is probably the tankiest support in bot lane. I don't think there's a support that's tankier than Taric for the most part. So okay, let's see your buy as well. So recall with 800 gold. You've only longsword. Yeah, I'd say Serrated is good. So walk down mid. Your pathing's pretty good out of base. This is a very common problem that players have, is they'll just like walk straight into bot lane from base. But you have the right idea of like looking for river just to scout. So you might be able to actually catch Mundo on Dragon here. This is the strength of the pathing. So you put Pink Ward down. Let's see if you catch this guy. You should be able to spot this. Okay, cool. I don't think you can kill him, but you should be auto attacking him at most here. Or at least. Yeah, not too much you can do that. You could have tried fighting him, but I mean, you're not going to kill for sure. Okay, so now that you're behind, well, I guess you're not behind actually, because Kaisa got bounty. You're behind in the fact that Nyla's level 6 though, so engaging here would be losing. Let's see how you play this. I'd say you guys need to wait for level 6 before taking a fight. Okay, good stun. This is still pretty bad, yeah. Maybe you can still
flash. My ADC dies, if I remember.
Yeah, okay, so, I mean, you kind of bait this fight. Like, you gotta understand that you're playing aggressive when this Nyla's level 6. And so you are halfway. Oh, bro, look here, Kai'Sa's XP. If you waited like 2 minions, this would have been a winning fight, guaranteed. Because your Kai'Sa legit needs like 1 or 2 minions at most to hit level 6 here. So it looks like just most of your fights you don't have very good like assessments of like if the fight's actually winning or not. See if you can try to outplay this. I think Tarek probably lives. Oh, Tarek dies. Maybe Nyla too. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
oh, got executed down. So it's not even that bad. Let's see. So just
it's more like they troll and I just kill them, but not because I'm good, just because they troll.
Yeah, I mean it's no biggie. I mean you're still doing pretty solid. Let's see, boots pink ward. Yeah, that's fine. I'd say you can still play for 2v2 bot lane. Okay, good path. I'd say could maybe look mid for roam. You have a pretty short timing here. Yeah, this is definitely a good look.
If there's a mid laner like Vladimir or LeBlanc, should I roam mid or just leave mid?
Don't gank mid. If the enemy mid champ is not gankable, don't even look. You have the right idea here, looking for Victor, because Victor's super gankable. Oh, Yasuo didn't have R.
Yeah.
Maybe still kill. Oh, you need to auto? Okay, no, ulti's fine. That's good. See, maybe if I Ramus here. So your roaming is strong as a player. Your issue is your lane phase. You're not good at the 2v2. Or, I wouldn't say you're not good, but you're not good enough at the 2v2. And that's definitely probably one of the main reasons you struggle to climb. This fight you're playing well, though.
So go play Pyke mid.
Yeah. Okay, kill Remus.
No, when I play Pyke mid, it's... Sometimes I win if my jungler gank me.
Oh, I mean, you could definitely stick to support, bro. Like, the good thing is, like, your map movements are good. You know how to move around the map pretty decently well. You just need to understand these matchups better. You need to assess the matchups better, and you need to think about how to actually win a 2v2 fight against your bot lane opponents.
Okay.
So kind of just an A round. Let's see. Play after this. Ganking the Victor is always good. I love roaming on Victor. This is... Okay, good hook. Kai'Sa should one-shot. I think you should be more willing to auto-attack, though, bro.
Yeah.
You definitely land your abilities, and then you just kind of do nothing afterwards. Because this Victor would die if you just auto-attack right now. Even on the Victor W, you could get like 2, maybe 3 autos off here, and he would die. He actually lives because of it. So, you need to auto-attack the moment your E is going off, okay? You land hook, you land E, your auto-attack should be going off right now. Like, you should already be auto-attacking this guy before your stun is even landing on him.
Okay.
Your goal when you land a stun on someone is to proc your Halo Blades triple auto as fast as possible and then back out. Every time. Okay, well not every time because you might die sometimes, but in the large majority of the time when you combo someone, you want to use your Halo Blades autos. That's where most of your burst is. Missile, that's fine. Say taking a bit too long to recall. Okay. So I'd probably go. Do you go Moby boots every game? What boots do you usually go?
No, I love okay.
Mobility boots? Yeah, these.
Moby or the other one?
CDR or which one?
CDR.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would suggest going CDR every game. Mobies are great and all, but the problem with Moby boots is that when you're fighting people, you just have no move speed. Now, if you prefer Mobies, that's fine, but Mobies is like the same thing as Prowlers, where it's a lot easier to die. That's my problem.
No, I prefer CDR.
You prefer the armor boots, or?
No, CDR.
Oh, CDR boots. Okay, cool. Yeah, I prefer CDR for sure. Okay, you definitely have a bad habit though. When you come out of base, you always go bot lane through, like... I mean, this angle's fine. I mean, I'd say this is another example of just, like, a not so great fight to take. It's kind of the nature of their bot lane, though. Nihilistic at this stage of the game is very difficult to fight. But I think you get way too close is the problem. When you're looking for hooks, you get way too close to people, and it ends up getting you hit by abilities. So, like, a different way to engage this is throwing the hook from, like, mid-range.
Yeah.
Starting your hook channel, like, right now. Because Nyla and Taric are very short-range champions. You need to play around their range. Because you can throw a hook at them, and they won't be able to land a single ability on you from the range you can throw it at. But a lot of these fights, you're just point-blank melee range on them. You're just like, tanking all of their spells. This is still winnable, though, for sure.
The problem with Nyla is that she have a dash.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid to miss my Q.
That's understandable. Yeah, she has 2 dashes, actually. They have to, like, recharge, but yeah, 2 dashes for sure. But the thing is, like, you just gotta get comfortable with playing against these dash champs. You can just throw a hook. Okay, so I'll tell you exactly how I would play this. We'll just speed it up a bit. You want to look for short trades a lot of the time, especially against Nihilistic. These bot laners that are stronger than you in a long fight. I would throw a Q from this range and auto attack her twice and then just back out. Like, I would just play to poke this Nyla. Because she has dashes, right? You can never land E. So what you should play for is to land a hook, land some poke, and then she'll be like, what, 60% health? And then if you can land another hook, that's when it doesn't even matter if she has a dash.
Yeah, you don't fight here, you just poke to prepare the other fight.
And a big problem you have here as well is this Nyla dashes through you. So, like, we can't see her dash range, but Nyla dash is a very tiny range. The only reason she even gets out here is because you walk up directly into her and she's able to dash straight through you. You don't always have to all in. You can, I mean, especially with Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is a really good example of an AD carry that you want to take short fights with. You want to hook and do 2 autos, then back out. And then you can continually do that until they're low enough to go in. Now, this is a good hook. You actually got him into turret range. Kai'Sa might be able to kill? Let's see. You have ulti coming up. Need to put your pink ward in the bush. Putting the pink ward in the bush is really important there. Okay, get the ulti. Now they just 2v1s. Wow, that champ's so strong. So, yeah, I mean, against dash champions like this, you have to save your spells. So this is... Here, you need to Q first. You need to save your E for the last possible second.
Yeah, Q to slow her, and after E.
Q to slow her, and you want to wait for her dash. That's the most important thing, is you wait for her to dash first before you use E. Now, the problem is she has both of her dashes and a flash. But this could have went so much better if you just start, like, hitting her with auto attacks. If you just start auto attacking her right now and then saving your E for later in the fight, you would either be able to E out of her R so she can't hit you with R, or maybe you could try to land stun. I mean, most likely you won't land stun. You had to save your E for escape here. But, I mean, Nyla's quite difficult to fight, to be fair. She's a very annoying champ. So, let's see your gold. Probably just a longsword pink ward again. I mean, that's a big problem with Moby Boots, too. Like, Moby Boots was completely useless for the entire time that you had it so far. Like, you just bought Mobies, but all you did with Mobies was fight them bot lane. So, I mean, you didn't even have boots. You just had... You had tier 1 boots for this fight because you were just in combat the whole time. So walk down mid's fine. Looks like we got some action here. Let's see if we try to fight it. Okay. You might end up dying for that stun. It's fine. I can't tell who's winning this. You guys should be winning this for sure. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so the flash engage was not a good choice. I mean, this is...
Okay.
You don't have to worry about these fights too much. Okay, so like, the only time I would flash engage like this if ulti is up. If my R is up, then I'll use my flash like this. The problem is, like, the conditions of the fight just aren't good enough for this kind of play. You hit 2 with it, but your teammates just don't have good enough follow-up yet. Their cooldowns aren't up, like your Pyke ulti isn't up, Lee Sin R isn't up yet. When you make these flash stun plays, that means you want the fight to end instantly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest like opening a fight with flash stun like this. If you're doing this, you want the fight to end the moment this stun lands, right? Like, and the problem with this one is that it just kind of makes the fight like a little bit better. It doesn't really help that much.
I put too much hope on my ally, the mage.
Right. And I mean, you just don't have R, so like you can't actually do anything off this. You're just completely relying on your teammates, who also just have no cooldowns. Like your Lee Sin and your Fiora used most of their spells before you did this. But that's not a huge deal. Like, you don't have to worry about these kind of fights too much.
Okay.
Because there's always going to be a better way to play it.
There's some games I feel like I have a good tempo, so you know I recall at the right timing.
Yeah.
And there's some game it's oh my god, I feel like what I'm doing. I'm mid for nothing, roam for nothing, get my ADC behind quickly.
Okay. So we'll just do another game because your issue is lane phase. So I don't even need to see the rest of this game, to be honest with you. What we need to do is watch another game of your lane phase, so we can actually identify your main problems here. So, what other game do you think we should?
Not a recently game because no, not this one.
Which one do you like? Struggle 2v2. Like the 2v2 matchup was really tough for you. Which one do you think that is?
Let me guess. I don't really know. Defeat, I guess. You know, Kesa, Karma, shit like this.
Which one?
The one in 492.
492.
And the
Is it on this account? Oh, there it is. Found it.
Yeah.
So you'd Heimer, Pyke versus Twitch Karma. Okay. Let me add you as well. Are you on your account right now?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna go into custom game in a bit here, so I can show you some things.
Okay.
But first, let's open this. Okay, and then let me write down the notes as well. This is your #1 priority right now. At least from what I've seen, you need to truly think about the 2v2 matchup and how you can win it the best way possible. Okay, so what I need you to do is to have Sweeper at the start of this lane, okay? Every single game, no matter what matchup, I need you to start with Sweeper for the lane phase. You can walk out of base with Trinket and then put it down, but you still need to swap before lane starts. Okay, so you do have Sweeper. Good. That's a great start. Heimer is kind of a weird AD carry to play with. He's not like a standard AD like a Twitch or a Draven or a Samir or something like that. So this is going to be a little bit harder to play just because Heimer's a weird champ. Okay, so this is already a mistake.
I should not grab you.
Yeah, I mean, you just spend too much time on the jungle. In most of your lanes, you want to play super aggressive early game. You waste so much time with this hook. I mean, you can use hook for a leash, that's fine. But, like, you're too late. You're too late to lane.
Okay.
And you're also a little bit low. Like, tanking the buff is bad as well. You want to be full HP. So you automatically play for shove. Okay, let's see how you play this. This is very important. Your goal here should be to enter... Oh, my mouse is... There. And this bush. Your goal should be this bush.
Okay.
Did you see them ward this? I did not notice. You should sweeper the moment they put a ward down. As soon as they ward the bush, or if you see them ward the bush, let's see if you did.
I didn't see them.
You saw the ward for half a second. So
Okay.
you need to also have super focused on clearing vision in the bush. Okay, so this is fine. Let's replay this. You need to play bush control for the first wave. Playing bush is super important, and you can also throw your hook from the bush. So, okay. My goal is to go here, and then I can throw hook from bush. You shouldn't actually leave bush here to throw hook.
Okay. So they can't see me throw it and
Yes.
can't hear the animation.
Yes, exactly. And they don't know when you're throwing it as well. So when you enter the bush and they can't see it, all they can do is just think that you're throwing a hook right now. But like you might not even be throwing it yet.
I'm gonna stay in the bush to hide my Q.
Okay, finally enter the bush. Okay, realistically, you should have been in this bush about 30 seconds ago. And then you leave the bush again? Okay, no. I mean, this is why you're missing the hook. Because they can actually see you, like, channeling the Q.
Okay.
Say, if you stay in this bush the entire time, this Twitch would not have dodged it. I guarantee you would have hit this hook if you just didn't leave the bush. This is Twitch, he's running back. The only reason he starts dodging, he's moving around, is because he left. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you did this play from the very beginning, it might have been a kill. The reason I like going this bush so much is that it can guarantee me landing a hook. So, if you... Okay, well, the sweeper is also very important as well. But if you win in this bush, just instantly right now, you guaranteed land a hook on one of them, and then you can take short trade. The only issue is your Heimer's kind of far away. Your Heimer should be further up.
You can't follow.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have been that great, but a very standard play I'll make level 1 is entering this bush and then throwing a hook.
Okay.
But you shouldn't even be, like, literally, your entire lane phase should be spent in here. The only time you should leave bush is to use your support item. Let's see you play the rest of it. Oh no!
I was a bit cheated.
Wait, you flashed on purpose?
Yeah.
No! Why did you flash on purpose?
I don't know. I guess it was a hard lose streak.
Okay, so we're mental boom. We're mental boom right now is what you're saying. That's fine. Okay, well, honestly, I've already seen enough from this VOD. Okay, we're gonna go custom game right now, okay? Are you online?
Yeah, I'm online.
Make a custom. I'll wait for you to get on. There you go. Okay, Luck and Pyke, we're both gonna go bot lane. I'll show you exactly what I mean by like how you should be playing these bushes. Okay, so buy support item and buy sweeper. Or you can buy ward. Actually, yeah, buy yellow trinket. I'll show you exactly what you should do every single game.
I guess go in the middle bush.
Yeah,
on bot lane.
Ward the middle bush and then recall for a sweeper. But you can also like ward. I think in Platinum Elo you could just ward the enemy buff. So what you could do right now is go to my red buff and put a ward down. That would work as well. But the most consistent thing to do is just ward the bot lane bush. So it's really just up to you where you want to put your ward. I'd say recall in the close bush as well, just so no one sees you. You normally don't want to recall in that middle bush, just in case it's warded as well.
Okay, so in the first bush.
Yeah, first bush, and then you put the ward in the second bush.
Okay.
And then you base, buy sweeper, go straight to bot, or straight to like the buff if you have to leash.
The buff.
If you're gonna leash, I'll write this down in the notes. If you leash no more than 3 auto attacks and 1 Q. If you use the Q for a leash, it should be at the start. So the first thing you should do for a leash is use Q if you're going to use it.
Okay.
Then 3 auto attacks, then you go bot. But realistically, or like what you prefer to do is not leash.
Okay. So why Q in first?
What'd you say?
Why you Q in first and after you auto?
You mean for the leash?
Yeah.
I want my Q to be up as fast as possible. So that's you use Q first on the buff, just so like just in case you need Q for something else.
Okay.
But okay, so the way you should play is like your 80 carries farming. Okay, you don't want to come from river. The way you just came from, you don't want to come from. You want to be in this bush that I'm in. So go to the opposite side bush. And then as soon as the minions start fighting, that's when you pop sweeper and go to the middle bush.
Okay.
So go to middle bush with your super on. And then if it's warded, you're gonna kill the ward.
Okay.
And then if it's not, you're gonna enter the next bush.
Okay.
And then enemy bot lane is gonna be like farming around here, and that's when you can look for a hook. So I want you to throw a hook at me. Very close. Okay, so what you did there is you left the bush though. You don't want to leave the bush when you're throwing the hook.
Okay.
You want to throw it from the bush the whole time. So I'll position. So try throwing it at me now. See, I couldn't even react to it. And then you land your stun, and then it's good, right? The problem that you have is that you leave the bush every time you throw hooks. If you just stay in there the whole time... What's up?
I have to stay in the bush.
Yes. And then I also don't know when you're throwing it, right? So I feel pressure right now. Okay, you did it again. You cannot leave the bush. You cannot leave the bush. It's very important to not leave the bush. Right now, I don't know if you're throwing the hook or not. Like, so I'm scared to go up for CS. Yeah, I can't dodge it. Like, it's not... I cannot react in time to that hook. The only way I'm gonna dodge your hook is when you leave the bush. Because then I can see you charging it. Okay?
Okay.
So, let's leave the custom game now. We're gonna do it again. I want you to really, like, get used to this playstyle. And I'm gonna pick, like an 80 carry or something. I'll pick like a random 80 carry. What's a weak level 1 AD? I could play something like Ashe. Yeah, Ashe is pretty weak level 1. So this is gonna be how you play versus Ashe. Like if you're playing versus a weak level 1 ADC, I want you to do that exact formula. Or process, I guess. But your mental, you need to have strong mental as well, bro. You can't be like randomly flashing at level 2 because you're tilted. You need to have calm mental and like stay focused on the game, because that's how realistically you're gonna climb. Even if you're really good mechanically, even if you get a lot better, if your mental isn't strong for these solo queue games, it's gonna be so hard to climb.
I don't do this a lot, to be honest.
So
like,
it's not a common thing for you to tilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a strong one, but I guess this day I played like 17 or 18 game.
Oh, you played. Okay, I see. So are you doing the recall ward? Are you doing it right now?
Yeah.
Good. Now I want you to pretend that this is a normal lane, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna pretend that I'm leashing the red buff.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm walking back to bot right now. This is when you should start walking up now that the minions are fighting. Right now is when you should enter middle bush. So I'm pushing. What's your next push? There you go. There you go. Now look at this positioning I have. You see how like you're at such a good angle to hook me from my minions? I have nowhere to hide. My only way to hide is by like running all the way up. And then this is how you can pressure.
Yeah, because if you run behind your minions, there's my ADC.
Yeah, your ADC can fight me, right? But look what you're doing right now. You can't back up. You should never be backing up. You should be playing in between these two bushes, okay? Always in between these two. If it gets scary, you go to the middle bush. If you feel like you have some sort of advantage, then you can go to this bush.
Okay.
But you should always be playing bush, entire lane phase, for your early game. That's how you're going to land the hooks, and then you can play for all lanes once you see an angle.
Okay. So gotta stay always in bush.
Yeah. But like you do have to leave bush to use your support item. That's another bad habit you have, is that you don't use support item enough.
Okay.
So for melee minions and for like cannons is when you want to use support item.
Okay.
So yeah, we can leave custom game now.
Yeah.
Let's pull up another VOD. I'll choose it this time. I'll just choose a random one.
Okay.
Okay, this is a good lane. This game versus Jhin Ashe, this is a perfect lane that you could do that exact same thing against, and you would win lane if you did it. Now, you do have to notice that you're going to be by yourself when you're in that far bush. Your ADC is not going to be close to you, but depending on what ADC you have, they can follow up if you look for a fight. It definitely depends on the matchup. You'll have to play it differently every time. Where this one? But every single matchup you want to be playing in the bush, no matter what. You want to play bush. It's just the when you go in is going to be different based on what ADC you have. But I'd say this bot lane you could win level 1. You could do this play level 1 and probably get a double kill.
Yeah.
Okay, so was that your ward? Did you put this ward?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, good. So you have the ward swap down. That's good. You should always do that. Just start using it in this bush instead. We'll see how long you leash for. So maximum is 3 autos, okay? 3 autos and 1 Q at most. Seems like that's 4. That's 5. That's 6. So you're doing double. You're doing twice as many autos as you should be doing. Look how late you get to lane here. You understand why you don't want to be late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can be in this bush.
Okay.
So you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, and like the lane hasn't even started yet.
Okay.
So you start playing bush, that's good. You're just super late. You could walk up here, right? There's so much time before this mini wave shows up. You could go middle bush right now. Okay, the problem is you're leaving bush. You're not actually using your pressure here.
I should stay in the bush.
Yeah, you can stay in the bush right now. If they auto attack you, then it's warded, right? And if it's warded, then you pop sweeper.
Okay.
But you have no fear. You should have no fear whatsoever. You should be in this middle bush, and you should be walking into this third bush right now. Also using support item, like hitting the minions, and hitting the minions with support item, and then going back in the bush is good, just so you can get shove. Okay, good. You clear the ward. This is your problem though. You're not utilizing your. You win. If you fight right now, you double kill them. You have no reason to be scared. You win extremely hard if you just go in. So we hit level 2 first. That's still good. Okay, missed the flash.
Yep.
Should still be a kill, maybe? Okay. So this was just mechanical misplay. But
I should E, Q, and after a flash, maybe?
I'd say go for Ashe here.
Or
Ashe
yeah,
is,
yeah.
yeah, Ashe is the much easier target. The thing is, like, none of the, like, all of this can be fixed if you just play the bush correctly. Like, you wouldn't even be in this position. They would have already died. They would have already died level 1 if you just played bush correctly.
I'm gonna work on this.
Yeah, I think you definitely need some practice on your E-Flash, though. Your E-Flash does not seem very consistent, from at least the ones that I've seen. But, I mean, Jin's got move speed, right? He had a bunch of move speed because of his 4th shot. So that's the main reason that you missed your E. Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. You're in the right bush. Now you can start throwing hooks from the bush if they walk up too close. This is, and then look. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. This is actually kind of ballsy. Maybe it still works? Okay, cool. But what you should be doing here, this works out, but throwing the bush, or throwing the hook from the bush is super valuable here. Because you wait for the minions, you wait for these minions to walk up, and then you just have so much space to throw a hook at them if they ever walk up. But, I mean, you notice Jin going on the trap, so that's why you went in. So this is still good. Still a good play. But that's mainly just because Jin messed up. So let's use support item on cannon. Good. Okay, then we can shove this out. Okay, good hook. I'd say you can kill her with just your Q right now. If you walk up to her, you can just auto Q and she dies.
Okay. I'm afraid to dive.
You should have no fear at all whatsoever here. I mean, you can save your E for after the kill. She is dead to Q and 2 autos. All you have to do is walk up, Q her, auto attack her twice, and then E away, and you live, and she's dead. Or you get her flash. But, I mean, I don't really blame you for not going for it. Tower diving is pretty risky. But it's just also, like, you have so much armor level 1 as Pyke, or early game as Pyke. You want to abuse your armor as much as possible. Okay, 80 carry recalled. I guess Caitlyn was pretty low. Okay, that kind of makes sense. We'll see how you play this here. I'd say you can try to freeze the wave. Freezing would be difficult. This isn't good. Maybe you live. I'd say how you played this was pretty troll, though. Hopefully you still make it out. You should be fine. Okay, cool. You should be playing for the farm here. Because your ADC's gone. All this CS is dying, and you're not getting any of it.
I feel like I want to fight too much.
Yes. I think you want to fight too much at the wrong timings. You need to understand, like, the actual good timings to take fights. Because you're so willing to fight right now, 1v2, but when it came to the level 1, you were the most passive Pyke player on the planet. And this is when you win the lane the hardest, right? This is by far the hardest winning position, is Jin Ashe versus Pyke level 1, because you have 50 armor against 2 AD champs. So, like, this is when you should be going full balls to the wall, just fighting no matter what. But the bush control is how you can start those fights. It all comes from playing bush.
I'm gonna work on this.
And we'll see how you play the rest of the lane. So you don't end up dying, which is a good thing. But you need to be playing for XP a lot. XP is very, very important as support.
Yeah. Is here I lose XP, 0 kill.
You get nothing. You're 100 HP when your AD carry gets back to lane. So, okay, like, let's talk about the best way to play this would have been to just hide under, like, here and then wait for your AD carry. You're pretty much full HP, right? If your goal here is to hold this minion wave until Caitlyn gets back. Now, most likely they would have recalled. I think the only reason they didn't recall is because they chased you for so long.
Yeah.
But when your ADC dies, your goal is to not let the enemy wave crash. You want to hold the wave so that your AD carry can come back and then you can start fighting.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll write that down in the notes as well.
And if my ADC recall, and if I can, should I recall with her or
Yes,
roam mid?
most of your recalls should be at the same time as your AD carry. Now it
Okay.
depends, obviously, on like the game state, but you usually want to sync. You want to do it same timer, same time as Caitlyn. You go recall, so that you guys just are buying items at the same time. You can start playing together at the same time. You want to play as a duo for the early game. So this is a good buy. You buy the longsword so that you can keep fighting bot lane because you have such a good matchup. Let's see if you walk mid here. Mid's definitely lookable. I think you're spending way too much time mid lane though.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to play for your matchup when it's winning.
Mm-hmm.
When you know you can kill bot lane is like mid roam is fine, but yeah, the problem here is you've already been mid lane for like at least 20 seconds now. You just do absolutely nothing while Caitlyn's getting zoned. You guys have the item advantage, right? Caitlyn has a pickaxe, this Jhin has boots, and they're allowed to push the wave.
Like when I see it right now, it seems obvious. Like I lose too much time, but in the game, I'm like a bot. For me, there's no information.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
game.
definitely hard, bro. I completely understand. We are looking at the recording of this game, so it's a lot harder for in the moment. It's so much harder for you to really realize what's going on. But this is why we're doing this coaching session. Is that so you can see these mistakes that you make, and hopefully you can start to notice them when you start playing your next games, and then you can start to improve.
I mean, here when I watch right now, it's obvious that I lose too much time mid, but
Yeah.
in the game,
It doesn't feel like
I
that
was
much
like,
time.
yeah, I was like, no, it's normal.
Unfortunately, your Caitlyn DCs. That is really tough. Let's see you play this out. This you just need to farm. If ADC's gone, dead, AFK, recall, just farm and wait for them to come back. Do you remember how long she's AFK for?
No.
Might have to go to next VOD. Oh, she's back. Okay. Well, that's pretty awkward. Okay, let's see you play out. So you definitely... Okay, going mid is a good habit, but you definitely... You spend way too much time at mid. I'd say most of the time you are mid lane, it's fine. It's just you overstay every time. Every single time you go mid.
Yeah.
It should be like 5 to 10... When roaming mid... Early game. No more than 5 to 10 seconds. And this 5 to 10 seconds should be a kill. Like, if you're spending this much time mid lane, it's only for a kill or to, like, get their flash.
Okay.
Any more than that, and you're taking away from your AD carry. Because you need to look at it as, like, a resource thing. Like, the more time you spend mid lane is the more time that your AD carry can't play the game.
Here, should I stay with my ADC or mid?
Like, right now, or in general?
Yes.
Right now,
Yes.
I'd probably still play with ADC. Even though Caitlyn was AFK, her items are still really strong. So,
Okay.
we'll rewind here. Okay, so a big thing about Caitlyn is that she wants, like, turret plates. Caitlyn, when you have Caitlyn, you have to win lane. Her champion is not that great in team fights. Her best and biggest strength is winning lane and getting the turret. Because she does so much damage to turret plates with her headshots. So what I would like to see you do here is either camp this bush, or you could get vision with a... You could put like a pink ward down. My scoreboard is bugged. So like a pink ward down here, hit the vision cone, go camp this bush. You could camp this bush and then like go for a trade on this Ashe walking back to lane. After you do a short trade, you E over this wall, then come back and play with Caitlyn. This is... the first example of you going mid lane being terrible. Like, this is the first time I've seen you go mid where it's, like, not even worth it in the slightest. Now, this could be a kill, but you need to... You don't play with your AD carry enough. Hopefully this still works out. Oh, damn. So you actually end up losing so much. You lose your time and your flash here. And then you still...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Maybe you can kill? Oh.
Ah, yeah,
Come on. Okay, you still get it at least. So it ends up working out in the end, but you shouldn't even be walking mid to begin with here. We need to focus on winning 2v2. This is where you struggle as a player. And the reason that you're roaming mid lane is because you just don't know how to win 2v2.
Exactly.
I can't see...
Exactly.
Man, how do I fix this scoreboard? I can't see your items. Okay, let's go another lane phase.
I have 1.5 million mastery point on Pyke, and I miss so much hook, so much R, so much E. Like, I'm horrible.
Maybe combo practice then? Okay, I'll show you quick some combos then. You can maybe practice. I wish I could... I can't invite you into practice tool. Okay, so I'll show you the ways that I land my spells. The most reliable ways to do it. And I'll write this down on the notepad as well. Because your combos definitely need some work as well.
And for the runes you take for the game, it depends on what? On the enemy bot lane or...
To be honest with you, when I play support, I go to the same exact page. This is good. This is completely fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that page. You need to focus. The runes really don't matter that much. Okay, so let's say, okay, we're gonna do this from bot lane for all the combos. Let's say you're in this bush, level 1. Okay, how do I reset? Actually, I want to go back to level 1 here.
You go.
We'll kind of just go through the levels and what you should do at each level. So,
can reset the game.
Level 1, when you're in this bush and you're fighting 2v2, what I will do is I'll throw a hook from the bush. I'll go for like 2 autos and then back up. And then go back in the bush, because if they start trading with me... I need my sweeper. I'll have my sweeper, so if they put a ward down to start hitting me, I'll pop the sweeper, they lose the vision. And then I'll do the exact same thing.
Okay.
And I'll go in the bush, and then I'll look for like 2 autos, go back in the bush, so they lose vision. You can play around the fact that like they can't see you in the bush, right? If you clear the ward. So you can go for a short trade. Some, like, even if they're super close, I'll go for a melee Q auto and then back up. Okay? So that's how you should play level 1. Unless, like, I mean, what I'll do a lot in like high elo is I'll like come out of the bush and then I'll go for like Q flash hook, and then we'll just all in from there. I don't think you need to learn that for now. Just, you need to be confident in your AD carry for that one. Okay,
I do it sometimes.
Okay, that's good. It's a really good play to make, for sure. Like, if you know your ADC is going to follow up, then you can go for that level 1 flash. So, level 2, let's say, like, their enemy bot lane's, like, scared of me. I throw the bush, or throw the hook from the bush. I'll E the moment I see it land, pop all 3 hail, and then back up. Always be using this hail blades. And sometimes you want to use 2 autos, sometimes 3. Just depends on the matchup.
Okay.
So when you're looking for hooks, it's always going to be when these minions are fully walked up. So now their bot lane is going to be like right here or like right here. And this is where I can throw a hook from the bush. Like, I'll try to hit it around the minions. If I see the hook land, then I'll use E. And then we can get a flash or something.
Like, you're not afraid to stay in this bush? Like, if the enemy team want to engage you, your ADC can't follow.
That's when you back up to second bush. If you think that this bush is no longer safe, that's when you go to this bush. But you're always looking for your chance to go back. This is your territory. Like, for this, your goal is to control this bush for most of the lane. But if you're scared, then you go to second bush. You wait a couple seconds, go back to third. And if they fight you for going to this one, then you go back. And then you're just playing this game the whole time. But realistically, most supports won't be able to fight you like this. You'll just be able to throw a hook from the second bush and then all in. But you need to be willing to use your HP bar, pop your potions. You're going to tank a lot of damage for playing in this bush. But the point is the pressure. You keep going back and forth, and then eventually you'll see an opening where they're not fighting you for this bush. That's when you go for hook into E and to Hailblaze autos, then back up. Okay? So let's pretend that like you just recalled and bought like a longsword. Okay? Like you got a kill in lane. You killed them in lane, you got longsword, and they have no flashes. So what your pathing usually is you do something like this, which is fine. Just note that this makes it take a lot longer to get back to bot. But a good angle to take is this river angle. Okay, let's pretend that they're like trying to push out this wave. Over here. They're trying to push out this wave. They just got back to lane. So a way that I like to engage is open with W, and then EQ, like that. This is kind of advanced and hard to land, but if you can consistently do this, it's my favorite way to engage on enemy bot laners. Is E through them, Q behind me.
Yeah, I like it too. So
what's up?
He gets slow.
Yes.
He gets slow, and you can for sure land your E.
Exactly. The problem with a lot of your engages is you'll do this exact same thing. You'll get this angle, and then you'll go for like a point blank hook. You'll start hooking from here, and then like anything could happen at that point, right? Like it's you don't always have to bank it on the hook, because sometimes hook is just gonna be too hard to land. So my favorite way to engage is W up and then E directly through them and land that Q. This is gonna be the most consistent way to engage on them. But you're gonna miss. Like, even in Challenger, sometimes I'll go for it and it'll be like this, and I miss both spells and I just look like a dumbass. But you have to understand this is like the most consistent way to land your spells, is going for that kind of combo.
Okay. So if you don't flash, it's maybe a kill, and if you flash, it's a flash.
Yeah. Or to be honest with you, you only go for this if they have no flash.
Okay.
If you know for sure, because the problem with this is like you lose both of your spells. If they flash it, they might just kill you. But this was the example of you just killed them bot lane, you got your longsword, and they both have no flash. In this position where you're winning lane hard, spend very little time roaming, but you still want to go through river to get that flank angle. So you can flank them with your W.
Okay.
That's about it. I mean, for ulti, number one thing I'd suggest is just use your melee Q to secure the R. The easiest way to land R is just doing Q into R because of the slow. But I mean, honestly, bro, like ulti is just a very difficult skill shot to land. It just takes so much practice and so many games to get used to. But waiting for the stun. What's up?
I practice more my R than my Q. Grab R to TP behind the wall.
Okay. So yeah, don't even worry about your R then, bro. What you need to worry about is the consistency of landing your Q and your E, because this is how you're gonna win all of your games. Like, if you can land these spells in lane phase, you'll just perma climb. Like, you don't even need to care about landing R, because R is not that important anymore. Like, obviously when it used to give double gold, that's when R was super important. But what you need to focus on is the first 5 levels. Like, the game before you even get your ultimate is what you need to work on.
I'm gonna focus on this.
So all those combos, I'll write down the EQ. Engage with EQ. Thank you. No flash targets. Always use Hail of Blades as well when engaging. Okay, so yeah, that's about it for the combos. Just keep remembering that EQ thing. Once you can master this is when you'll get the easiest kills of your life. Because you can just look at someone with no flash, and if you can land this, then they're gonna die. They're gonna die like 90% of the time.
I'm gonna focus on this.
So let's go one more VOD. Let's see the Lulu game. Lulu's a very good champ to play Bush against. I mean, just any squishy support is the most effective to go play Bush against. Which one? 8-6-15. This one. Okay, so you have Kai'Sa again. Kai'Sa is one of my favorite AD carries. You pretty much always win early game. In most matchups, you'll win.
Okay.
She does have PTA though. PTA is kind of weak, but Kai'Sa just has a lot of burst. Like, you land your stun, then Kai'Sa can WQ, and it's just so much damage. So even though it's Lulu Draven, which is kind of a scary lane, you can still one-shot. Okay, let's see your leash. So 3 autos is maximum here.
Yeah, I know it's a mistake I do. Too much auto on leash.
So 4 there. you need to. I mean, we've already talked about this, but you need to be in this bush by now. Like, by the time these melee minions start fighting is when you're in this middle bush.
Oh, okay.
And no
Okay,
sweeper
okay.
this time around as well. So no sweeper is going to make this 10 times harder to play out.
Okay. Now, sweeper every game.
Yes, sweeper every game, and then you sweep this middle bush once you get into it. I mean, you don't always have to sweep, but if you just feel like there's a ward, then that's when you can sweep. Okay.
I stay too much in the middle. I should go in the top one.
Yeah. So you wanna punish this time between the minion waves showing up. That's why. So but it's good that you noticed it because you could have been in this middle bush and guaranteed you could have hit one of these guys. Now the problem is you'll have to play it smart because you'll be 2v1, all right? But it's still fine because you'll just back up to the middle bush after you land hook and like one auto attack maybe. But the good thing is if you're doing that play, you're allowing your AD carry to get free farm. All of the pressure is on you instead of on Kai'Sa. And a big problem Kai'Sa has right now is that you're not pressuring enemy bot lane at all, so Lulu is allowed to walk up and start poking her.
Yeah.
So this is good. You use this on minion. Try to get the wave. I'd say probably use another one. Okay. This is decent look, but they hit level 2. Yeah. So the entire reason any of this is happening, the only reason you guys are losing is just because you're not using your level 1 right.
Yeah.
You start fighting Lulu, land one hook on Lulu, auto attack, start running away. This Draven's gonna start trying to hit you. Then that's when Kai'Sa pushes the wave. Then you guys can get push, can get level 2 first. It just snowballs so well. It's just a domino effect.
Actually, I'm happy because I really see what's my mistake.
Yes, and you make the same exact mistake every game too. That's the big thing is the moment that you remove this mistake, your gameplay is going to be so much better because you're just going to break that bad habit. Did you have flash here? Oh, you did have flash. Okay. So I probably would have flash stunned here.
Yeah. Me too. Like right now, when I see it, I should flash.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't flash.
It's no biggie though. I mean, I understand like this Draven is most likely dead, but it was very close.
I flash here.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually another example of you flashing away with a lot of HP.
I'm scared.
200 HP, yeah. You'll start to learn to not be afraid though. It's level 1 Pyke. Once you start doing the bush play, that's when you can start to grow some like courage, and you'll understand how tanky you really are when you start 1v2ing the enemy bot lane level 1.
Afraid because Draven is so strong.
He is,
like,
yeah. But you're still Pyke. Your armor is so high, is what you have to understand. Even a champion like Draven doesn't do that much damage to you realistically.
Okay.
So just one more time. So with the wave like this, you need to be in this third bush.
Pressure.
When they're playing with no minions,
competition.
right? Lulu has nothing to hide behind here. So if you go into this bush, she is just completely fucked. Like this play is fine, but you're way too reliant on actually landing the hook here. When throwing from bush just allows the hook to be 10 times easier. The hook is so much easier, and you also would still have your E. So the only way Lulu dies here is if you land QE. This EQ that you go for doesn't actually kill, even if you land it.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so this action gonna give us nothing, no kill,
Yep.
just wasting time.
Yeah,
My
waste of time,
abilities.
a little bit of damage at most. But if you play this bush, you land hook into E, there's a pretty good chance that you kill it.
Okay. Because here I only land the Q,
Yep.
but if I stay in the bush, I land the Q and a E. So
Yes,
it'll
exactly,
be okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So you need to play for this crash though. The wave management's also pretty important. So same thing. You go for the E again. The only way to kill Lulu at full HP is landing both spells.
Okay. Okay, okay. Like pop smoke. Okay, okay.
But I mean, just crushing the wave is the most important here. You get it off. Okay, cool. Cool. So longsword again, because you guys are winning bot lane. Ooh. That was good. The only issue there is you... Okay. So this was smart from you. This is an example of the bush hook, right? This Lulu cannot dodge the hook that she can't see coming.
Obviously, I stay in the bush, so I can grab her.
Yeah. It's so much harder for someone to dodge a hook like this when they can't see you charging it. Now the problem is you don't use your E fast enough. In your brain, you should be ready to E the moment you see the hook pulling her, okay?
Because you know what, I was not sure my ADC stay with me.
Yeah, that's true.
Like she was recalling.
So you're kind of hesitant on the E. I understand. That's actually very understandable. Because her recall was super close to finishing.
Yeah, exactly.
But the problem here...
To E and get in the bad position. And
yeah, you would be dead. You would be dead for sure. The problem is that you use your W to land this. Realistically, you should E instantly so that you can save your W, because there's a pretty good chance that Draven kills you here.
And escape, okay.
Yeah. But the moment the hook lands, the E is guaranteed. Now, obviously, Kai'Sa was recalling, so it was kind of hard to tell. But the E should be instant. And you don't have to use W because she's slowed from the hook. You wouldn't have to use your W, and then you could use your W for right after. Right after your last auto attack here, that's when you would W out. See if Draven kills you for that. Yeah, so you end up dying just simply because you used the W incorrectly.
I see.
100% would have lived if you just saved your W there. But, I mean, to be fair, Kai'Sa's recall kind of made it confusing. So, that's just an understandable mistake. But that is definitely an example of your combos. Like, your combos are usually pretty lacking. And if you played your combos better, then your kills would be so much easier. Yeah, longsword. Longsword refill was good. This is good buy.
I like to buy this potion.
Yeah. Refillable?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say this is an example of you going mid lane being pretty worthless. So, what are you... You're missing this entire wave by doing this. You could have shared the cannon with your AD carry. You're at 3 steps as well.
I should pay more attention to the wave.
Yes. Now, this position's fine. The main issue is you missed this entire wave. So you're level 3. This Lulu is up a lot of experience on you just because you're AFK in this bush. But this angle's still good. The thing is, you could go for the wave and then go to that bush as well. So yeah, could have killed cannon. After you kill cannon, then you walk into this bush. And then wait for enemy ball lane to show up. But, I mean, as well, this isn't that good compared to just going into the ball lane bushes. I'd say only go for this angle is if you're, like, guaranteed going to all in the moment they show up. Okay, so you walk back. You should be playing into the bushes here.
Actually, I don't pay attention to the waves, so I lose too much XP.
Yes.
So when my ADC is gonna be level 6, I'm gonna be level 4 or 5.
Yep, exactly. And then you're just also getting get one shot. When you're under leveled as Pyke, that's when you get one shot the most, right? Okay, good hook.
Okay. It's gonna be hard for me.
You need to be auto attacking here as well. When you land hooks on these squishy champs, always look for autos. Always.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna E, right? Unless you're gonna use your E, then you should insta E. But here is definitely where you don't use your E. This is where you should just be auto attacking. Now, obviously you get polymorphed, but you could have maybe got one auto off here. And then that would be Lulu even lower HP. Good vision. What's important is that, like, look at Kai'Sa. If you were with Kai'Sa in this bush, you could have maybe looked for a kill. Oh, 100%. You could have started fighting Draven maybe. I mean, they warded the bush, but playing separated from your ADC like this is very bad. You never want to be this far away from each other.
Okay, so I should focus more on my lane phase because is my weakness.
Yes, you should be in this bush. You need to just always be thinking about playing in these bot lane bushes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a decent look. This is gonna be hard to land. Yeah, like your hooks aren't great, bro, but you never put yourself in a good position to actually land the hook. You go for like the hardest hooks ever.
You said what? Are great or aren't great? My hooks.
If I'm being honest, your aim on your hooks is like a 5 out of 10. But you can do really well with 5 out of 10 hooks if you just put yourself in the right position. In the bush, yeah. Look at like this hook. Even I would struggle to land this hook, bro. Like inside the entire minion wave, just like hoping that Draven runs into it. Like this is so incredibly difficult to land.
Okay.
I think that you're confident landing your hooks. Your confidence is definitely pretty solid, but it's just the positioning that makes you miss so many hooks. So, yeah, this is good. Try to fight Lulu on the pink ward. Defend the pink ward's good. I'd probably turn on Draven. Yeah, that was a good try. Turning on Draven was the right idea. Uh-oh.
I don't know if I could kill the Lulu.
Yeah, I think chasing Lulu's fine. I think your E usage here was kind of sad. Actually, not that. I mean, honestly, chasing Lulu is probably your best play here.
Okay.
I don't think you can do much else. So this is alright. The E missing kind of sucks, but you did your best here, I think. See if we can get out. Like, the rest of this VOD doesn't matter, to be honest with you. Oh, damn, get caught. It's these first 5 minutes that you need to master.
Okay.
Because this is how you're going to start winning games. I think your roams are good. You understand how to roam. Sometimes you waste too much time mid lane. Your map movements are generally good. It's just your lane phase. Your first 5 to 8 minutes of the game. That's why I'm gonna work on
this. I think if I master my game in the bush, I can probably win more game.
Yes, absolutely. You'll learn to be way more confident as well. Because this bush playstyle is very risky. There's going to be a lot of risk to it, and you might end up like inting a lot. But the point is that you learn the playstyle, because it's the best way to play Pyke support. Okay, let's see you engage this. Definitely could look for an EQ. So when you have jungle gank like this, you kind of have to force it. So what I would have done is just E forward and look for a hook. She's got all that move speed, so you have to use your E to get in range here.
I have to E, yeah.
Do it way faster as well. That's no biggie though. Silas maybe still ganking. I'd say this is pretty tough to win 2v2. I mean, you maybe still have a chance. Okay, so this is the right idea. Look, yeah, you land a hook off the bush play.
He flashed.
See if you can W. Yeah, the flash is pretty tough, but maybe you still end up winning. Oh, never mind.
But
cool. So I mean, this ends up being worth it. I think that was worth it, to be honest. Like Draven gets his cash out, but killing Draven is always very important. So this is that's the first hook that you've thrown from bush like the entire game, and it was a kill. It was a kill like almost instantly. If he had no flash, then this wouldn't have even been close, right? But I mean, getting his flash and the kill is huge.
Look, I'm level 4, and my ADC.
Yeah, level 4. Yep. Because you spend so much time just kind of walking around.
Exactly. Yes.
In the early game, you'll want to play. I mean, it's so hard to say just because every game is different. But when you're winning lane, when you're killing the enemy bot lane is when you should be focusing on walking back the most. It's just straight into lane. So this is fine because you're 80 carry recalled, so you can do whatever for now.
But if my AD carry is bot lane, I should go bot lane instantly.
Yes. Yeah. Your goal is to be bot lane at the same time as Kai'Sa.
Okay, if we win the bot lane, I should not roam too much and spend too much time mid.
Yes.
Should stay with Kai'Sa and feed her more.
Exactly. You can look mid lane, and there's gonna be there's gonna be games where you can get free kills mid lane. But I'd say 90% of the time, you just need to focus on getting your Kai'Sa fed.
Yeah.
Unless bot lane's going very bad. When bot lane's going bad is when you can roam a lot. But when you're winning, you should focus on winning even harder. You want to focus on that snowball.
Okay.
So this is like whatever. This is just dragon fight. See how you play
Here,
this.
I should just go bot and take the XP.
Yeah. I mean, okay, well,
Because-
playing for dragon, you have to. Like, if your teammates are doing dragon fight,
Yeah.
then you have no choice. But yeah, playing for this XP is so important. I'd say you can probably look for fight. There might be someone here. Okay, let's see who fight this. Start with W. Look for hook on Draven, maybe? Okay. A bit too passive, but to be fair, there could be a gank. Let's see if there is a gank. No, there wasn't.
Like right here, I remember I don't want to land the Q because if I land the Q, there's too much sets under turret, and I was afraid to make Kai'Sa lose
Okay.
the gold.
I'd say that's true as long as the melee minions are alive, right? The melee minions are much more valuable than the casters.
Yeah.
I'd
Okay.
say the moment this melee dies is when you can fight.
Okay.
Because the kill on Draven is worth much more than these casters. And this Draven just flashed. When the AD carry or the support have no flash, that's when you should be the most aggressive. So right now, if you land a hook on this Draven, he's guaranteed dead. There's no chance of him living. Even though Lulu's level 6. Like, Kai'Sa would be able to one-shot.
Okay.
That's why I like playing with Kai'Sa, because she can just use her WQ and it'll do so much damage.
But she's strong.
But playing to punish the flash cooldowns is also incredibly important. That's how you snowball the most, is when you go on them when they have no flash. Okay, let's see what you do here. So I want to see you play this bot lane bush again. Unless you're roaming mid. Roaming mid could work. No, this is the problem though. Your mid lane roams should only be if like it's a guaranteed kill. I'm not seeing anything close to a guaranteed kill right now. This fight is a complete waste of time.
Okay.
And your jungle's also bot lane. You have a level 6 Sylas, get bot lane, and you're just like walking around. But maybe you can play for flank. Okay, let's see if flank works. Should W in.
EQ, please.
That's fine. That was good. That was a good way to play it. The problem is that
I changed my.
this waste of time is the big problem. Because you could have made this play happen so much faster. But I'd say this is a good way to play it. I mean, landing stun on Draven, then hooking Lulu, that was good.
Yeah, because it was obvious that Draven
Yep.
was dead,
gonna
so
die.
I changed my target.
That's good. I'd say play for turret here. Play for turret plates.
Do you like to invade in the start of the game or not? Because I like to invade because it's if the invade work, we can have a flash or something like this.
Yes.
So the lane phase is easier.
I think for you, no, don't invade. You want to play lane phase as normal as possible. Like every
Okay.
game, you should focus on just playing your lane phase the best way possible, and you don't need to level 1 invade to win lane, right? Once you get enough practice, you won't even need to level 1 invade. I think the reason you like invade so much is because your lane phase is so weak, and you feel like you need the invade to be able to win lane. But invading like this is good. Like, invading with your jungler later on in the game, I like to do a lot. Just, like, this play that you're making right now, this is very good. Now, you're going to have to mechanically play it pretty well. Oh, I missed the art down.
Yep.
It still works out. But yeah, just stay away from the level 1 invade. Unless your team is, like, spam pinging it, right? But what you need to focus on is winning lane when it's even. When you're
Usually I'm
completely even footing.
Usually I'm the guy who's pumping to
Okay.
invade.
Yeah, no more of that, bro. You need to focus on. Okay. You'll climb so hard, I promise you. If you just focus on playing this lane phase better.
Let's go. Let's go next season, Diamond.
Yeah, of course, easy, bro, and more than that too.
You think? Let's go.
Yeah, I think your mechanics definitely need work, but you can practice all of this. All of this stuff that we were talking about, you can improve on. You just have to put the work in.
I'm gonna put the work in.
So I'd say since when wave is big like this, it's not that big though. No, this is good. Just kind of playing safe in bush. You should look to enter second bush after Kai'Sa kills this way. Okay, good ward. Yep, now you can go second bush. Okay, you missed the timer. The reason you can go second bush is because there was no minions and they wouldn't see you. So right now.
Now.
Yeah, and then they wouldn't see you enter the bush.
At the moment the CS died, they lose instantly the vision, or there's a...
There is a tiny little window where they'll still see, but I think it's only around the minion. I'm pretty sure it's a small radius around the minion that they saw that vision. Okay, so we have hook from bush. Draven still no flash. Insta E. Okay, good. Now auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. Good land art. Nice. Okay, you see what I mean, bro? You did the hook from the bush and you instantly double killed them.
When I play in the bush, I kill.
Yes.
It's way more easier, and when I don't play in the bush,
exactly,
it's garbage.
So you know the play, like you do it, but the problem is you don't do it enough. You can do that for all of your hooks.
Yeah,
now
you should abuse.
Yes, you should abuse the bush, because the elo you're in, they're all gonna get hit by it. Now you need to remember to auto attack, bro. Your Halo Blades has to be used every time you land combos. The moment your E is like, after you finish your dash, you should be spam right-clicking on this Draven right now. Your auto attack should already be going off.
Okay.
But you still play well, like double kill off that. And this just comes from the hook from the bush. Okay, now we can play, I'd say turret. Your number one winning lane is to, oops, I misspelled that. Winning lane is to kill the bot turret. So after you kill both of them, you should be taking turret right now.
And when the turret is down, what should I do with my ADC? Go mid?
That's when you guys go mid. Or, I mean, sometimes you could stay bot lane, but the most consistent way to play is going mid. Now,
yeah, it's more, it's safe to go mid.
You can go top lane as well. I don't think you should worry about that too much. That's gonna... Mid game's super hard, bro. Mid game's very hard. When you guys go mid lane, the game kind of changes a lot.
Like mid game, I don't know what to do. Like early game, I stay with my ADC. I can roam, some stuff like this. But mid game, I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, what should I do? And most part of the time, I follow just the call of my mate because I don't know what to do.
Okay. I think you shouldn't think about mid lane or mid game too much right now. You need to focus on your early game, and then once you truly master this early game is when you can start thinking about this mid game.
Okay.
But it's very hard. I mean, I can give you short answer, but we could, like, honestly, bro, I think if you came back for a second lesson, that's when we could do a mid game lesson. But before you even think about mid game, is you need to master this early game.
Okay.
Because to be honest, if you play well enough, you won't even have to like consider what to do in mid game because you'll be just so fed that you could just walk around and kill everyone in the game. Like it'd just be too easy.
Okay.
That's what will come from playing early lane really well. Is like you could just turn off your brain just from how fed you can get.
I'm gonna work on my lane phase.
Yeah, playing with your ADC is very important for mid game as well. Like, you should have probably killed the turret with her, and then recalled the same timer as her as well. Oh, Draven just flashed for no reason. It's a lot harder for, like, you right now, I can tell you don't know what to do. That's because you're not playing with your AD carry. If you recall with your AD carry, you can both go mid lane.
Yeah.
Oh, Kaiser doesn't even end up recalling. So maybe you could walk down with her. You play too separated from your ADC. You can't make any plays because you don't have teammates. Seems like Draven was free kill at least. But yeah, the whole mid game is just gonna be another day, homie. Like, you have so much to work on though. Like this early game, you can master. You can do so well if you focus on this.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the notes. Your support item as well. What's up?
Can you send me this
note? Yes. I will. I'll send you. I'll copy paste these and then I'll send you the video as well when I upload it.
Always. Oh, thank you.
Use.
By the way, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, bro. This should be super good for you. As long as you play the games, you're gonna have to learn a lot just from spamming games. One second. But you need to make sure you're using your support item too. The problem is you sit on your stacks too much.
I have a lot of game with this. You know, I work, go to gym, and after only play League of Legends. League of Legends. Pyke.
Yeah, I think your games
my
play.
life.
Yeah, you have pretty high games played. Like this is once you master this lane phase is when you'll start to see results.
Let's go.
I mean, with the build as well, we'll have to talk about. I think we'll just have to probably do a second lesson. But if you can use all this stuff, then yeah, bro, you'll start seeing so much better results.
I'm gonna work on this, and after I'm gonna take a second lesson.
Cool. That sounds great, bro.
Mhm.
It's this first 4 minutes of the game. That's what you need to focus on the most. Especially when the game starts, right? When you load into the game, that's when you should be thinking the most about what you should be doing. There should be no autopilot going on. With the moment you start the game, at 1 minute, like when you get into the bot lane bush, that's when you're the most focused. Because that's going to be your strongest point of the lane.
I'm gonna do the pathing you show me.
Yes.
Bush, ward recall, sweeper, and put pressure in the third bush.
And when should you be in that second bush? What timer are you trying to be in that second bush?
When the minion start to fight.
Yes, when the melee minions are fighting. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So start every game with the same pathing, which you just said. Value ADC life. Be willing to tank. Tank a lot of damage and pressure. In the early lane, when you tank a lot of damage and pressure, that's gives so much room for your AD carry to both farm and try to fight the enemy bot lane as well. I wouldn't, make sure we're not focusing tanks too often. But like these matchups like Syndra, Ashe, the Lulu one we just watched, that's when you're going to focus the support. Focus the squishy targets in bot. Support. I mean, both targets are good. So like that Lulu Draven game, you could focus the Draven as well, but usually the support player will be the easier one to hit.
Okay.
It's kind of different every game, but focus like throwing your first couple hooks at support is usually pretty good if they're squishy. How good are you at like tracking flashes as well? Do you pay attention to flashes a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll still write that down.
Okay.
Focus the
I pay attention
targets.
to flash. I don't write the timing in the chat, but I keep in my mind
A mental note. Yeah, that's good. Punish flashless targets. The
Like,
most important
if I
thing
see
is when they have no flash. That's when you start trying to kill them as much as you can.
When they flash, I try to abuse with EQ.
Yep. Or just literally like go into the bush and throw a hook into E. And if they have no flash, it's guaranteed kill. But that EQ that I showed you will definitely be a way that you can engage a lot in a lot of different situations. But the number one thing you should focus on is that bush play.
I'm gonna stay in the bush.
Yep. The bush is your best friend. Your home. Your leashes as well. You can't be doing these leashes. Never do these long leashes that you do, because it just makes your lane so much harder.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop this because in my mind, I'm like, if my jungler if I help more my jungler, he's gonna be more able to gank or
Right.
help us.
You feel like it's a good use of your time because you're helping jungle a lot. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
In reality, you're just taking away from yourself. You're making yourself lose lane.
Okay.
So, I mean, realistically, preferably no leash at all. If I'm you, I don't want to leash ever, but if you do leash, then 2 to 3 auto attacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna leash, but 2-3 auto attacks because if I don't leash, my jungler gonna
Yes,
AFK.
he's gonna AFK that. And that's sometimes why I use the Q. Sometimes I'll do like 1 auto attack and 1 Q, and then they'll be happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Focus on wave control as well. You don't focus on wave control. I mean, it's kind of different every game, but the problem is that you leave lane a lot when there's a massive wave. Never leave lane when there's a huge wave. Yeah. And that kind of applies to when your AD carry dies. When your AD carry dies, your number one goal is to hold the wave so that they can get as much farm as possible. You should never leave lane when your AD carry is dead because you need to focus on that XP.
Okay.
You hold the wave and you wait for them to come back. And then the mid lane roams no more than 5 to 10 seconds, and only roam when it is a guaranteed kill.
I roam too much, and most part of the time it's for nothing.
Yes. Sometimes you have good roams. Every once in a while you have a good roam, but every time you have a good roam, you still overstay. So your time usage mid lane is pretty poor. So even when you do get kills, you still end up overstaying. So just when you go mid lane, just remember this rule that like 5 to 10 seconds is the most you're trying to spend mid.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Not more than 5 or 10 seconds, and if I get a kill, I push the wave and go bot instantly.
Yes. Right. And when the wave is big, yeah, go bot instantly as well. That's good. When you get kills and they have no flashes, that's when you should be walking straight to bot. And then this the EQ I showed you, this is important, but I think this is going to be later on. So
yeah,
maybe
it's not a priority.
Yeah, this is not a priority. So maybe I just delete this because that very good combo, but you need to focus on other things first. Okay, Halo Blades always. Okay, every time you land your abilities, you need to be auto attacking. You're missing on so much damage when you land your spells that it could just end up into kills. Like you end up missing kills because you're just not using Halo Blades.
Yeah.
But number one at the very top here, bush control. Dance between bushes. Yeah, this is number one thing, bro. This is gonna win you lane. If you truly master this and just pay attention. This is not at the top. Number one is this the bush control.
Number one rogue.
Okay, but I think that's about it. The build and everything, I don't agree with Prowlers. I think you should be going Dustblade, but if you like Prowlers, that's all you. I don't think the build really matters that much. Just because the early game.
I played them both. Like at the beginning of my career with Pyke, I only play Prowlers, and after I see a French support like Diamond 1 or Master, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who play Pyke, only Dustblade. So I started to play Dustblade, and recently, like 1 or 2 months ago, I restarted to play Prowlers.
Okay. I'm gonna give you the build where you can survive the most. Because like looking at your OBGG, you average 8 deaths a game, and a big reason for that is because you're going Mobies and Prowlers. Both of these items are very, very risky, and they make you die so much. So the build I'll give you is.
To be honest, I
what's up?
Play mobility. I don't like it, but recently I just restart to play it because I don't know, for the roam, it's easier, but.
We're not playing for roams anymore, though, right? We're not playing for roams anymore. We're playing for lane.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
After this coaching, I know that I have to play with my ADC.
Yes, exactly. So I'll write the build that you can go almost every game. So like obviously you know when to go the serrated Dirk. Like early AD, if winning lane. But yeah, you know how to do that. The Umbral into CDR boots, into Dustblade, into Edge of Night. This is gonna be the most useful for fights. This is gonna keep you alive a lot more. CDR boots are much better than for fighting than Mobies.
This is for winning lane, and if we lose the lane.
If you lose the lane, then you can go early CDR boots. If losing lane, CDR boots first, and then the same builds. Umbral, Dustblade. But
okay.
Like you should never. This should never be. Okay, well, there are going to be games where you lose lane, but this is the last thing you want, right? Is this situation where you're losing lane?
I want to win the lane. To win the lane. Okay.
Yeah, because that's how you're going to hit diamond. I guarantee if you start working on your lane phase, you're going to hit diamond through that. And then we'll copy paste the notes here. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, as long as you play the games and you're just thinking, no autopilot too, right? Like you can't be autopiloting during these games. You need to be thinking at all times about all of these concepts that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's about it, bro. If there's any other questions you want to ask.
Nope.
Cool. It was a pleasure, my friend. I look forward to the future then.
It was a pleasure for me.
Yeah.
It was an honor.
No problem, bro.
Coached by
I'll make sure to
Davemon.
upload this on YouTube pretty soon as well. I'll let you know.
It's okay.
Cool.
Good luck for your session. I guess you're gonna stream.
Yeah, I think I might stream later tonight. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah. Good luck, my man. I look forward to our future conversation.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Peace out, bro. Have a good one.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya. That was a great session. Oh yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later. Peace out.